know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Hey, my lean and lit lovelies. Welcome back to Get Lean and Lit with Lindy. This is the podcast where we cut through all the foolishness. We light a little fire under your motivation, and we talk about getting healthy and doing something that actually is sustainable and works for your real life. I'm all about sustainability when I give health advice. I don't like to give things that are like quick fixes or some, pie in the sky type of advice. That's not me at all. So if you're looking for the real deal, you are in the right place. So we're still early in the new year, 2026. So I hope that you are energized and that you're ready to live your best and healthiest life. I started this podcast because I have a passion for healthy living, for health and wellness, for fitness, and for working with people to bring that out in others, because everybody's not as passionate about health and wellness, but we all want to be healthy and we all want to live a healthy life. So I'm combining the two things that I really have a passion for, and I'm just happy that you're here taking part and listening and what information I have to share with you. I really hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, in other words. So let's get started on today's episode. We're going to be discussing something that's really critical to healthy aging, especially for women over 40, 40s, 50s, and 60s and beyond. I'm talking about body recomposition, also known for short as body recomp. So achieving body recomp without losing your mind is the goal for today and for all of us going forward. So let's be real. If you're 40 or over, chances are you have dieted more times than you can count. You've probably had a complicated relationship with the scale. Me personally, I strongly dislike it because it lies. It's the devil. But, and you've probably wondered why doing all the right things doesn't work like it used to when you were in your 20s and 30s, when things just seemed to be super easy. You could lose weight no matter what you did. It wouldn't matter what you ate. I mean, it was just super easy back in the day. But today I'm going to talk about body recomposition. I'm going to talk about what it is, what it is not, and why I think it's the smartest approach for women in this season of life. Okay, so you with me? You guys already know how I do. No gimmicks, no detox teas, no just eat celery and hope for the best. That's not me. That's not what we're talking about today. So let's talk about what exactly is body recomposition. I'm glad you asked. Let's start with a very basic definition of body recomp. It simply means losing body fat while building or at the very least maintaining muscle mass. So it's losing and building at the very same time, which seems kind of odd, but it works. So to be crystal clear, body recomp is not just about losing weight, in quotation marks. It's not trying to be smaller at any cost. What it is, it's about changing what your body is made of. is basically muscle versus fat. Because here's the thing, you can weigh the exact same or maybe even more and look much leaner, feel much better and stronger, and have a lot more energy. And after 40, this matters now more than ever, more than it's ever mattered in your life. You may say, why? Why? Because as we age, we naturally lose muscle mass. And if we don't actively fight against losing muscle, we're losing muscle, period. Our hormones will shift as we age, and our metabolism slows down, not because it's broken or something's wrong with us, but because muscle is metabolically active material. And if we're losing it over time, you're burning less calories and you end up gaining fat. So we have to fight back with intention. And that's what body recomp focuses on. So some of us are only focused on eating less and doing more cardio, trying to get back to that old fighting weight that we have in our mind. You're often losing muscle as you're losing weight. And it's not just fat. You're losing muscle along the way because you're probably not lifting and doing the things that you need to do to focus on your body recomposition. Muscle is a thing that helps you burn more calories at rest. So if you have more muscle mass, you could be sitting on a couch watching TV, you're burning more calories than someone who doesn't have as much muscle mass as you do. Muscle supports your joints, it supports your bones, and muscles keep you strong. As we age, you want to be capable, you want to be independent, you want to be able to carry your own bags, your own groceries, put your luggage up in the compartment when you're flying in an airplane, all the things, you need muscles to do those things. So to me, muscle is really the unsung hero of midlife and beyond. I mean, we're talking 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. If you continue to build muscle or at least maintain the muscle that you do have, you're going to be able to have a better quality of life. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. Years ago, when I was doing quote unquote everything right, I was strength training consistently, eating enough protein, and sleeping well. But the scale would not move. I had excess body fat. One morning, I stepped on the scale. I stared at the number and I thought, you have got to be kidding me. I could have just been eating the chips, the cookies, and whatever else and saved myself the effort. It was frustrating. I was annoyed, borderline personally offended by a piece of metal. So the scale and I are not best friends. But something happened. It was really interesting. My jeans started fitting looser and better. My arms started looking more defined. I was trying to get those Michelle Obama arms. And I could lift heavier weights without feeling as broken down. So it clicked in my mind. The scale was telling a very incomplete story. Fat takes up more space than muscle. Muscle is denser than fat. So with all the efforts that I was putting in, my body was changing. I was gaining muscle, even though the scale wasn't giving me a gold star. It wasn't celebrating me. How rude. So yeah, my story there is the scale is not the end all be all. That's the moral of the story. If I had quit because of the number on a scale, I would have missed out on the real progress and muscle building that eventually came to pass because I was being consistent in what I'm going to tell you about today. So why exactly is body recomp ideal after 40? There's many reasons, but I have a top 3 reasons list that I want to share with you today. So the top 3 reasons that I'm a super fan of body recomp for women over 40 are, number 1, it's sustainable action that yields real results. So you're not starving yourself, you're not cutting out entire food groups. It's really best because you're basically focusing on protein and whole foods. That's your nutritional approach when you're doing body comp, if you're doing it the right way. Number 2, body comp supports hormone health. Now, we all know our hormones can go haywire. Once we're past 40, you're perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, hormones are all over the place. This supports hormone health because extreme calorie deficits and endless cardio are just not your friends anymore at this stage in life. They're counterproductive, and it just is going to drive you crazy because you're not going to get anywhere fast. It's like a hamster on a wheel. You're going to be turning around in a circle if you're trying to just do cardio and cut calories later in life. Number 3, it builds resilience. Strong muscles protect your bones, they protect your joints, and they help you look better, which increases your confidence. Most importantly, it shifts the goal from becoming smaller and skinnier, which a lot of women chase their whole lives, to becoming stronger and healthier. The focus is on strength and health. Just that mindset change alone is worth $1 million and will have a significant impact on how you move in your life day to day. So body recomp is where it's at. Okay, it's confession time. As Usher says, this is my confession. I used to think if I wasn't dripping in sweat and exhausted after every single workout, that the workout didn't count. Crazy, right? The workout wasn't impactful if I wasn't like completely drenched and broken down after the workout. That was old thinking. I used to be a full-on cardio queen. I did distance running. I run marathons. I loved HIIT classes, kickboxing, spinning classes, and more running. I loved running. I did all the high energy things. I was literally a card-carrying member of the 5 a.m. Orange Theory Breakfast Club for 5 years. Like, we used to say, we eat planks for breakfast. That was our saying. It was crazy. Looking back, we were insane. We were doing too much. We were doing the most. But it was fun at the time. And I was a lot younger and things were just clicking and getting great results. Any workout that I did back then had to be super intense, period, or it wasn't for me. And guess what? As I've aged, I became tired, always exercising on level 10. I was hungrier and eventually I was stuck. When I finally started prioritizing strength training, like real strength training with heavy barbells, heavy dumbbells, challenging myself, at first I was a little worried. I was like, I don't want to get bulky. What if reducing all my cardio took away my level of fitness? Like, I was concerned about that. Well, spoiler alert, it did not make me bulky. It did not reduce my fitness. I actually got stronger. I felt better, and my body responded by putting on more muscle mass, which is exactly what I needed to happen. So, okay, y'all, what does body recomp actually require of you to do? So let's get practical, as I like to do. Body recomp isn't magic, but it is quite simple. So there are 3 main pillars that I want you to focus on if you're trying to do body recomp. Number 1 is strength training. Not a surprise, I'm quite sure. Number 1 is strength training. That's the foundation. So do a full body strength routine at least 2 to 4 times a week. Now, according to several studies, resistance training full body 3 times a week is the sweet spot for most people. You can use your body weight, you can use dumbbells, you can use exercise bands, all the things, or you can mix them up, pick and choose. As long as you're challenging yourself, you can use any of the resistance tools in any combination. Remember that you have to do progressive overload, though, meaning you gradually increase your challenge. Whatever the challenge is for your muscles, you have to gradually increase it over time to continue to see results and to continue to build muscles. So you're either going to add a little bit of weight over time, or you're going to increase your reps, or maybe a combination of the two once your routine becomes too easy. So you consistently have to keep upping the challenge to continue to see progress. Number 2, you have to consistently eat adequate levels of protein every single day. This is really important. Protein is a building block of muscles. So if you're having good strength training workouts, but you don't have any protein, it's going to be difficult for your body to put on muscle mass. You don't have to be perfect, but it should fall within a sustainable range. Protein supports muscle repair, and it keeps you fuller longer. It's more satiating. It's the most satiating satiating, I hate that word, satiating, you guys know what I mean, micro and macronutrient that you can consume. It's more satiating than carbs and fat in the long run. So my advice is to target 1 gram of protein per pound of your ideal body weight. So if you want to weigh 125 pounds, shoot for eating 125 grams of protein every single day and be consistent. Be as consistent as you can. You don't have to be perfect because some days it just might not happen, but be as consistent as you can over time. And number 3, patience and consistency are most definitely required for body recomp because this is not a fast moving situation we're talking about. It's really hard because body comp is slower than crash dieting, but it lasts, the results last, and they're sustainable. Body recomp often mitigates the rebound weight gain that happens with crash and yo-yo dieting. So that is something you have to get in your mindset. Patience and consistency are both required. So just know that you don't need to be doing 6 and 7 workouts a week, high intensity, running crazy. You don't need a perfect macro split, and you don't have to live on chicken and broccoli. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you need to be consistent, and a long-term commitment with a positive mindset is required. Period. So you got to be in it for the long haul, is what I'm saying, basically. Here's my last story, and this one hits home. Back in the day when I was training busy professional women, I once worked with a woman who ended up being one of my favorite clients. When we first started working together, she told me, I just want this weight to be gone as fast as possible. That was her mindset. She just wanted to drop the weight. So first of all, she didn't gain the weight in a day or 2 or in a week, but she was ready for that weight to be gone really, really fast. That was her emphasis point. She had been dieting for decades. She was always in a rush to drop the weight, but then it would come right back when she stopped doing all the things, the working out, the eating nutritiously, because she never viewed it as a lifestyle change. She just thought it was a quick, get this weight off and then go on with my life. Well, when she and I started working together, we slowed things way, way, way down. We focused on building her strength up. We increased her food quality, and we prioritized her recovery. She had to work on sleep, on relaxation, on mindfulness, all the things. At first, she was really super skeptical that things would change for her. But 6 months later, she told me, for the first time, I am seeing real results. I trust that my body is doing what it needs to do, and I'm not fighting my body. So that was music to my ears. And that, in a nutshell, is what body recomposition is in real life. It teaches you that your body isn't the enemy. In fact, your body is truly your BFF, and you have to work with it so that it can work with you. So if you take one thing from this episode today, I want you to take away the fact that you don't need to shrink yourself to be healthy. You need to support your body so they can do what it was designed to do. Body composition is not flashy at all. It doesn't promise 10 pounds lost in 10 days, but it works, especially for women over 40. If the scale has been messing with your head, just take a deep breath. Look at your strength, look at your energy, and look at how you feel in your clothing. Look at how you feel in your body. That's where the real progress lives. Well, lovelies, that is all I've got for you today. If this episode has helped you, please share it with a friend who's stuck in diet limbo, who doesn't know which way to go. And make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss anything that's coming up in 2026. It's going to be a great year. Thanks for joining me today. And until next time, keep it real, keep it consistent, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.
Hey, it's your girl Shaletta. Are you over there running low on your insulin supply and worried how you're going to pay for it? Minnesota's Insulin Safety Net programs got you covered. If you have less than a 7-day supply of insulin, you can get a 30-day refill for just $35 at any Minnesota pharmacy. Go to mninsulin.org today, print out the application, complete the form, and just take it in to your pharmacy. Go to mninsulin.org.
Want to own a home, especially your first? Well then, welcome home to the Old National Bank Down Payment Assistance Program. We're here to help you from start to finish and make getting a mortgage a little easier. Plus, you may be eligible for up to $15,000 to use toward your down payment. How's that for a little easier? Everyone deserves a place to call home and a bank to help get them there. Connect with an Old National mortgage lender to learn more. Old National Bank. Get old in your new home.